Welcome to the seventh and last unit of Data Analysis and Statistical Inference. We end the course with a discussion on multiple linear regression. Take a look at this data set of 1,236 observations, where we have data from birth weight of babies, as well as a variety of variables on the baby, the birth, or the mother. Imagine that we want to predict the birth weight of babies from a set of these variables. This is exactly what we mean by multiple regression. We have a set of explanatory variables that we use to predict a response variable. We're going to be limiting our discussion to the case where the response variable is numerical. However, the explanatory variables can either be numerical or categorical. For example, in this case, we have height and weight of the mother. Those are numerical variables. And whether or not the mother smokes, that's a categorical variable. So our response variable here is the birth weight of the baby, and we want to try to predict that from a set of explanatory variables. There's really no limit to how many of these you can have, but we're going to be talking about certain techniques for determining what is a reasonable number or a reasonable set of variables to be included in the model. We're going to start the unit with a discussion of regression models with multiple predictors. We're going to learn how to set up one of these models, how to interpret the coefficient estimates, as well as then talk about how to do inference for multiple linear regression. We're going to talk about model selection, and what we mean by model selection is which variables should be included versus should not be included in the model. And for that, we're going to consider things like, is the variable a significant predictor of the response variable, or does it actually add something valuable to the model in terms of the predictive ability of the model? Lastly, we're going to wrap up our discussion with model diagnostics. These are basically the set of conditions that need to be met for our multiple linear regression model to be valid. And just like with the regression with a single predictor, we're going to talk about graphical diagnostic approaches for determining whether the conditions for our model have been met.